Hey, partner, what's going on? Hey, everybody. It's your girl, Melikia K, Courtney. And make sure my sounds are good. Hit me with that thumbs up if everything is all ready. On that note, I am Melikia K, Courtney. Welcome to SXP MetaMorphosis 365. This is your growth podcast. I'm here every Tuesday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I welcome you to join me here for some good old fashioned grow up. Some good old fashioned growth. This is a growth podcast. That having been said, I start this episode like I start every episode for 105 previous, today making the 106th episode. Gratitude. That is the beginning, the middle, the end of it all. I appreciate your part of this. What's up? I am is among the herd. Woohoo. Dope, dope. Okay, so that having been said, today we are going to have the grown folk conversation, about the O word, not orgasm. Back up, back up. Overwhelm. Oh, one moment, please. Hilarious. One moment. Yeah, we had a moment. I had to do some zipping real quick. Okay. So maybe we'll catch that in the edit. All right, y'all. So focusing in, we're here to chat about that O word, the overwhelm, and what to do, what you can do if it decides to come visit you. I say that if very loosely. If you are the adult, back that teenagers too, even the children. Like I recall experiencing that overwhelm. Hi, my lovely. At different points. I love you. I'm live. I'll talk to you in a little bit, okay? That's my little person. Yay. I don't know. She hugged a teddy bear. Wants us to know. I gotta give my kisses, y'all, so forgive I said me. Okay. It is that even little ones at that little bitty age, through the teenagers, through the adulthood, and at various stages in adulthood, ownership, assets, acquisition, the whole nine of this. When you come face to face with the overwhelm, it's not so much of an if. Okay, so my hope, we're going to use that word for y'all today. My goal, my effort is to help you be prepared if and when it comes to visit you. Okay. So I believe in the story times because stories help us understand things a little bit more clearly. Let's go. Behavioral health background. I worked with 2 to 18-year-olds who were having some behavior issues. Let's say it that way. These were babies who experienced more stress than many adults I knew at the time. Okay. And what do you do when you do not have a bag of coping skills ready and available to you? When you haven't had those parents who come, or professionals really, who come and teach you in the ways of life, because it's not overwhelmed. Sometimes it's just a part of what life is. When you consider the amount of things that we do with our days, especially over here in the States, it is that any given day you're being overwhelmed with news, you're being overwhelmed with decisions, and decision fatigue is such a thing that they're literally talking about it in so many medical circles right now. The decision making fatigue. Let's move to the food choices. Let's move to the WORK place, okay? Overwhelm, stress. Let's move to the gas pump. Stop playing. $6.99 in Illinois. I don't know about y'all. Let me know in the chat how it's looking over there. But Is this not the state of overwhelm when we look at what was this 3 or so ago, the voting rights being overturned, 6 raggedy people, raggedy, you raggedy, voted to remove rights that people fought, bled, and died for. Can we have that conversation when we talk about overwhelm? Yeah, there are a lot of overwhelming things happening. You have a, a, a child in the Oval Office when it comes to maturity. Tyrant, not even a child, because children are kind. Tyrant at work to destroy the many things that we as a people have collectively come together to build. Can that be overwhelming? Yes, indeed. Let's move into the relationship bag. Darling, when you set off into that beautiful, warm love that you intended, intentioned, and efforted towards, and it heats up from warm to hot, only the hot finds a deviation into melting, is that not a point of overwhelm? So, my conversation at this point is to really help you sit back into yourself. And this is my encouragement to you, even right now while I'm speaking. Sit back into yourself and begin to pay attention to where you're feeling the overwhelm, because sometimes it is just simply presenting. It's easy to say I'm stressed. It's very easy to not make that distinction. Okay, I'm stressed. I'm stressed. Silent killer stress, right? But when you take time to break it down, to really look at it like, hold up, this is the overwhelm. Maybe it is that you do not know which way is up, your left or your right. Maybe it is that you are battling that depression or things that look like that. It's possible. At the same time, you've got to be willing to sit down and look at what's happening and not bundle it like a whole phone package, not just choose to bundle it in under the terms of stress and just let it be, oh, I'm just stressed, and push it to the side. It's so simple to do that, but that is not the best way to handle it. Okay. So I'm just here to bang that drum for you and offer you that reminder. It is for you to sit down and to get really clear what is stressing you. What is building the overwhelm that pushes you into those stress responses? Am I painting you a clear picture? Okay. So, like I said, story time. I have had a very, very busy year. For those who know, you know, my year kicked off in some chaos like no other, like no other. And it came on the heels of just understanding that October of 2025, that this year is about to be an excellent year. This year is the year to do everything that you ever had in your heart to do, those longing things, the things that you had just been putting off. I'm gonna write a bookers, I'm gonna create a song, I'm gonna drop my album, I'm gonna travel the world, I'm gonna get this degree, I'm gonna elevate in whatever way, right? This is that year for us to take that stand. This is also the year for us to stand up for our democracy, and we'll say that. Okay, then tell me how come when the year kicked off, before the year even kicked off, it was chaos, baby. It was the kind of chaos that have people pushing carts outside. All right. And I could not reconcile that. And I'm like, hold up. I knew, I already knew this is about to be a wonderful year. So what is going on? Right. So I began to feel that stress of that. It was building, it was building, it was building. It hadn't hit me that I was operating in overwhelm. Now, mind you, I teach it, I read it, I study it, I promote it, I bang the drum for peace, right? For introspections, that's going inside to inspect what's going on inside of you, right? How I did not come to that conclusion faster, love, it was because I was in the overwhelm. I was in the picture frame of that bad boy navigating because I could not stop. It was a position where I needed to continue to step, 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 high step and knees up, keep it moving, all right? From one thing to the next. And it was navigating people, locations, business, writing, all of the plates that I spin and that I juggle. And for whatever reason, I did not find it necessary to to stop doing anything that I committed to do. All right. I kept my commitments on top of everything else. And bit by bit by bit, I'm like, ooh, I feel like something in me is breaking. And then I had to stop to see, was that a good break? Was it something that was going to lead to release? Or was it the weight? All right. And I'm sharing this story time with you so that you find yourself in the story when the weight comes to sit on your head, your neck, your shoulders, your back, and pointing out those specific places because that's generally where it gets to showing up. You're going to find it in your hips as well. You may find it in your knees, in your ankles. Sometimes it pops up there, but do understand that when this overwhelm is visiting you, it is taking a toll on your body. Okay, so that's why it is important for us to really take it seriously and look at what's happening and not just from the TV watcher. I'm just going to stare at it. No, but in a manner in which to delineate, okay, this is exactly what's happening. This is holding that weight. This is where I find it in my body. And this is what I will do to mitigate, release, find peace in that situation. Now, if here's the truth of the thing, like the babies that I mentioned earlier that I worked with in the hospitals, they were not in a position to guide the course of their life. They were under guidance, right? They were under the age, so the adults had to step in and path for them. Now, for us who are adults, baby, you are the pather. There is no one that's going to step in and go, hey, listen, let me save you. Let me scribe your path. You do exactly this, and then you're going to be all right. Well, with the exception of folks who take time to find their coaches, whether it is life coach, trauma transportation coaches, advanced medicine coaches, your guides, right? Your professional guides. For those adults who are wise enough to do that, let me go ahead and give you some of these right here, right here, right here. Good job. That's necessary. But outside of that, if you've not stepped up to that level where you are seeking your coach actively, then chances are, darling, you struggling real, real, real hard. And you're doing your best. And I commend you for doing your best. I understand what it is to stand in that place where you are efforting to you do your best, to be your best, to stand in morality, to maintain your integrity, and still stay sane. Like I get it. I get it. I get it. And same time, here are your tools. One, do your introspection. Sit down with that pen and paper and write it out. If you do not have capacity, because there are times where the overwhelm is so strong, the stress is so present that you do not have the ability to really sit down in your body and write. I encourage you to get that pen and paper out and write it, write it, write it out. That is my encouragement. Okay. If it is that you are not able to do that, this is what you can do. There is this mystical, magical microphone on your cell phones, and you can speak right into that bad boy. Now, yes, we know autocorrect is a troll, a troll, a troll. At the same time, you can get this out and you can go back and edit, okay, and really collect your thoughts. My clickety clickers, hop in the email to yourself and click, click, click it away, okay. Get the clarity, the understanding of what you are holding. Have you ever sat to really path out your day and look at all of the things that you literally get done in a day, especially my mommies, especially my women, wives, nurses, doctors, the womb in itself, you womb carriers, you empaths. Have you taken time to really do the inventory of what you are doing throughout your day? And how often during your day are you pausing to meditate, giving yourself 5, 7, 21 minutes just to be with you, to think your own thoughts, to not move in the instruction of the day, i.e., I have to go to work. I must behave in this fashion, just this way, do this thing. Okay. Or i.e., I'm over here with the kids and this is what's necessary and I run their schedule. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. All of the things that we do, but how often are you checking in with you throughout the day? Do you even check in with you throughout the day? Or is it that at the end of the night, once you have run everybody else's schedule and plans implemented, poured all your oil out, baby. Then, when it is time for you to well be asleep, you up trying to tend to yourself. Is that how it's happening? Okay, because I know that's how it's happened for me. Well, man, some years back, that's exactly how it was happening for me. I was burning the candle on both ends, meeting all the needs that I could meet, falling down, standing up, okay, and pushing forward. And it still felt like the not enough. Did 1,000 things in a day, but it still felt like not the enough. So then I had the overwhelm of what was on the schedule, the overwhelm of feeling the rejection, the not enough, the failure of a thing. All right. So I'm calling all of that out, speaking it out to you to allow you an opportunity. Do you identify? Have you found yourself there? And even are you there right now? Are you right now, years old today, dealing with an overwhelm that you don't know how to unpack? All right. That was step one. Use it. Okay, two. Now that you've taken time, you've looked and really kind of categorized what's going on. You have your introspection done, you've written it down, you're able to hold it and look at it. When you begin to look at all these wonderful things on your calendar that fill your 1,440 minutes in your day, it is time to bring out the big girl marker, the big boy marker, and remove some things. Y'all, I had to remove some things. I had to back up a little bit. Some folks had to get up off my phone. Some folks had to give me a little bit of distance and room to do what I needed to do for me. All right. How many things on your list were for you? Okay. How many of the things that are building the pressure, building the stress, equating to overwhelm in your life are solely about you? Go through your list. Go through your list. What you'll find that there's a pattern. And generally, in that pattern, there's an escape button. Okay. In your escape button, you use a coping skill to manage the stress you're feeling. Let me give you the perfect highlight. Games. Whether it is clickety clickety on the PS5s or the big games, or if it's on your phone, that is it. Not only is it a time suck, it's an escapism. Okay. So run over there and you can, and now tell on me when I am in a heavy spot, heavy, I can go think. I can think through the game. I'm playing this and playing this, but I am thinking. It is a split. It is not the best way, but it is a way just to move a little bit, right? So, what is your way that you have that you use to move just a little bit forward in mind that you can do something mindless while you're over here trying to do something mindful? Yes, your focus is split as all get down. What are you doing? Tell on yourself. Like, get honest with you and don't BS the truth, because not until you are really willing, that's what it boils down to, until you're willing to look at your patterns, at your habits, will you understand how you keep getting back there. Okay. Because you've given yourself a net. I know that life is going to do this. I know that I'm going to overload my schedule. That's why we're going through the list so we can clean it off. I know that I'm going to say yes to some things that I don't need to say yes to. I know that I'm going to agree to come to some places that I don't need to be at. See what I'm saying? Poke, 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 step on toes, toes, toes. Okay. This is no indictment. I have no heaven or hell. I simply offer you truth. All right. And a lens. So begin to look through your lens into yourself and your schedule and see what you are allowing to come in and overwhelm you. Mm. Three, it is that once you move through writing the list, once you move through going through it, understanding all the pieces that fit and those that don't fit, and removing those, right? That's the immediate work. Once you're on this side of that, darling, it's time to start really digging into you. What is it in you that is causing you, allowing you, encouraging you, however it falls in your cup, to choose overwhelm? Is there something that you are avoiding, whether it is a conversation, whether it is a person, or a personality upgrade? Okay. What is it that you need in order to break that pattern? And that's what you want to do. You want to begin to do things that will break up that pattern. If you are in the constant habit of saying yes to everything when anyone asks, start using your no. If you need a permission slip, I write those. Trust. Begin to use your no. Okay. If it is that you are having conversations in yourself and they're constantly in here and they're constantly in your heart, and no matter what you do, no matter what you do, it's still on your butt. Why? It is time to sit down and have that conversation. It is time to do that introspection. It is time to write that out and understand who you are. Talk it out. I believe in trusted friends. I believe. I have beautiful, trusted, professional friends. And I have some awesome friends that are not necessarily in the professional circle, but they freaking awesome. And I have dope family members who I can pick up a cell phone and be like, hey, listen, let's have this conversation. I need to soundboard this. I have even heard of folks having conversations with Chat GBT or Claude and kind of like hashing things out. I think that's interesting. I don't know it, and I can't say I swear by it because I haven't done it. But I know a couple of people who have, and they said that helped them. So I will offer that as a tool for you to test. But the initial test, I really believe, is self, because it is in you. Everything that you're seeking is in you when it comes to going in and untying the knots in your spirit. Now, let me explain the knots. The knots in your spirit in relation to overwhelm, those places in your body where you find that tension when you go hunting and you are feeling this overwhelm. Where does it show up in your body? Okay, in my body, I can feel it in my chest. I feel it across the bar of my shoulders. I can feel the heat around the underarm. More underarm over here. We're just going to be 2-year-old and show you where. Boop, boop. Okay, so where is it for you? Do you feel it in your belly? Like, okay, disturbance of the chakras. Do you feel it in your throat? All right, where are you finding that physical sensation of the overwhelm? Do you understand? Those are knots, knots, knots. Those are knots in your spirit. Let me take it even back a step so you can get a wider lens. The wider lens is traumatic experience. You're 0 to 7. You're 7 to 14, you're 14 to 21, and then let's run it on up with the ages, okay? What happened during those years? Who said what during those years that you pressed record on and then recorded it in your voice and press play for the rest of your days until you stop? These are the things that build those knots. They are the stuck places in your spirit. They are the anchor for any overwhelm. They are the holding ground for the story that you are telling yourself over and over and over and over. And not until you are, again, willing to go inside and begin to untie those knots, do you get to release that mess. Messy, 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 messy. And this is a conversation on saying no to overwhelm. Episode 106, SXP Metamorphosis 365. Welcome home. It is a beautiful thing when you identify these locations, these emotions, these sensations, and you face them and begin to speak to them, begin to write them out, begin to get your body in motion and eject that mess. The amount of release that you begin to feel is amazing. Sometimes it is as simple as going to run your hands underneath some water, just to switch up your state, okay, to prepare you to go dig in you and find what's there, because it is not for us to live in a constant state of stress. It is not for us to live in a constant state of overwhelm or ignorance and refusal to address what we're feeling. Ooh, when it comes to, I saw something recently and I had to giggle when I saw it. It talked about women not saying the things that they needed to say and how it equated to their sicknesses. And I do believe it was specifically autoimmune diseases. Man, I giggle when I said that because I have literally been teaching for years. Business begins in the body. All right. The business begins in the body. You're always going to find it there, regardless of looking outward to say, hey, this person is getting my damn nerve, or this person I work with is stealing my work, this boss doesn't respect me or value me. There are many places of accusation or blame that we can choose to lens into that are external. But guess what? There ain't no change in those other people. For example, my children, I'm a mommy. My children are grown now, but when they were kids, okay, let one of them come running to me fussing about what the other one did. Hey, this one did that to me. Pause. This is what I want to hear from you. You tell me what you did, and I'm going to call them over and I'm going to ask them and then having them tell me what they did because I can deal with you on your behaviors. I can deal with them on their behaviors. Get the picture. We can deal with ourselves on our behaviors. We cannot control another person's behaviors. It doesn't work that way. When you're seeking change, the best place to seek it is inside. Okay? That is your place. That is your best practice. Go inside. See what is keeping you company inside. If you constantly keep your eyes outward focused, you will miss your moments to grow. Don't miss your moments to grow. All right. So was that not a simple 3 points? A simple 3 points. 3 things that you can do that will help you say no to the overwhelm. Let's flip the coin. For those of us who need, okay, in the sense of I feel like I need this in my life. I need that. Can it be a person? Can it be a pet? Can it be a job? Can it be a title? Can it be, yeah, it could be all of those things. So whatever it is that you have bound yourself in language to need, I caution you, that is an invitation to overwhelm. I encourage you to language it this way. What are you willing to pursue? If it is something that you are desirous of, to stand in a place where it just, I need it. What are you working for? Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I run a mastermind virtually that is FREE. So no excuses, right? And in that mastermind, we focus in on goals. Now, if you would like to be a part of the paid mastermind, go ahead, come on. We move a little bit different over there. Same time. Goals are goals, okay? What are you willing to, 1, get clear on, 2, write down, 3, verbalize, and 4, be held accountable for? Are you catching a path? All right. You do not leave it in the I need zone. That's a lot of language. That's a lot of talk. What are you doing to acquire, possess, overtake, and have what you need? Okay. So be mindful of how you language life. My grandmother used to tell me all the time, thoughts are things and words materialize. Oh my ever God, I'm so glad she taught me that. Would not even allow me to get loose with my mouth because I was saying reckless stuff as a kid. I was a kid, but she would hit me with that one finger like, think about what you're speaking. And that literally ties into our first half of the conversation. Think about what you're speaking. Let your yes be a true yes. When it is a no, don't let it be a yes. When it is a yes, don't let it be a no. Be responsible and mindful with what you speak and those you choose to speak and engage with. Okay, can we work that out? And the first person I encourage you to speak to and engage is self. Is self. When you meet those moments of overwhelm, it's not by accident. It's not by happenstance, perfect chance. It ain't it. Sometimes you may come into a moment that was created for you, i.e., accidents, or someone insisting you XYZ and you're in a subordinate position and you must. Okay. Yes, those can't exist at the same time. I'm going to say dollars to donuts and bet you money. The majority of the overwhelm you experienced, you are a high participant in, not the victim in, though there are many who choose to sit in the victim chair. I encourage you to get the hell out of that chair. It is uncomfortable and it doesn't suit you. It doesn't suit me. All right. What suits you is some decision making. What suits you is some learning and finding and defining of your patterns and some restructuring of the same. This is what you can do to begin saying no to the overwhelm. All right. Respect. Something so simple. Respect yourself. And the respecting of yourself, you're going to move in a manner that causes others to do the same. You are to be respected. Your time is to be respected. Your mind is to be respected. And if you're moving in that fashion, then you are not going to do the things that are constantly overwhelming you, bringing you into stress. And I did say it simply earlier, stress being the silent killer. Please don't volunteer for that. Okay, darlings. So let me push the mystical magical buttons because I was chatting up and I didn't send these things up. I'm going to send this up real quick. If you haven't taken time to subscribe, please go right ahead and get that done. And I guess I'm screaming through a couple of places. So here's what's to say out loud. Be sure to subscribe to Blast Media. It's Blast Music 247. Because I know I stream there and like 10 other places through that platform. Also, take yourself on over to Melikia K Courtney YouTube channel and subscribe because there's some things on there that you won't see anywhere else. All right, I encourage you to do that. Let me take this moment to say some thank yous. How about over the weekend, I was invited to a creator event with B&H and Anita D Yachts. Let's say it that way too, so you understand both. If you're in the Chicago area, check them out. I got to spend time with some of the most amazing people on the planet. Directors, photographers, movie makers. It was awesome. And for those who don't know, I have a whole professional background in photography. Surprise, surprise. I've done a lot. Okay. It was wonderful to be with but people who understand the need to click, 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 and to share story. Stories are so very important. There's I can't say enough about that. So it was an honor to be invited and well received. I got to enjoy some Nikon cameras. That's what they call them outside of the States. In the States, it's Nikon, okay? Had an absolute blast. I was expecting Shure. They did not make it. I'm not sure why. But the camera was Cameron. Had a blast. So thank you again for that invitation. I really enjoyed, and for all those that I got to meet during that time. Oh, especially Derek Nielsen. Oh my ever God! And for those who are not familiar, he is an incredible photographer, Nat Geo level, 7 continents, great shots, off in the strange areas, getting great shots. Okay, that guy. Wonderful conversation. So that's going to be the other side of the coin as well. Doing the things that make sense. That will definitely help you mitigate some of that overwhelm. What do you have in place for you, for your heart, for your growth, to lift your spirit, to get that energy up and above, or even around the overwhelm and just take the air out of that bad boy? What do you have in place? I'm a content creator. Clearly, I'm here doing the podcast. And for those who know Piano, you probably can't see it because the thing is I forgot. So you know how there's many, many things that I put my hands into that keep me leveling life. Okay, I am always hitting zero. Zero, that's the goal. Hit zero, hit zero, hit zero. Zero being my zen, my peace, my quiet, my enjoyment, my dark. I am a person who will turn off everything. I love it all off, the dark, the dark, the dark, Lord, and just to be still in it and be at peace. Of course, there's meditation. I am a spoken word artist as well, which means I am writing a lot over the course of the weekend too. The one before that was writing the novel. I have incredible readers that are taking care of that part of it now. They'll get that feedback to me, and then the final novel will be written. Not only is it written as a novel, it's written as a stage play, it's written as a film. Do you get the picture? So these are my things. I've taken time to explore what makes me me. Recording, I have music out there, poetry, music, da da da, and more to come. See? So I've done the introspection of me to understand what makes life beautiful, wonderful, peaceful, um, balanced. Because just as much as I delve into the creative end of life, understand that as an empath, as a licensed life coach, as one people seek out to help them transmute trauma, as an advanced spiritualist. Do you understand? I can see some overwhelm like nobody's business, baby. As someone who believes in social impact. Do you see? So, as an active human, I know my patterns are to be active, and at the same time, I'm not going to tell you what I ain't going to do. I say no to things when I need to. And when it is for me to say yes, I say yes. And I enjoy my yes. Get the picture. It is for us to do our introspections. It is for us to sit with ourselves. It is for us to show us the love that maybe we're not seeing elsewhere. Okay. You love you. You love you. Okay. Let's keep it right there. So let's practice saying no to overwhelm this week. When you feel it building, the moment you recognize that you're feeling this stress and this pressure, it's time to understand what overwhelm is building in your life. What irritation, what sadness, what avoidance, what game, what pattern is running right quick. Which one did you press play on? Okay. Do so, do so, do so. And what you will find when you've addressed this, when you've taken time to do all of the things that I mentioned, you'll find that you're moving quickly, way faster. You're not letting that overwhelm overtake you. Okay, you'll find that you'll be more responsive, more aware, and you will address what needs to be addressed. You will say no to what you need to say no to. You will say yes to what benefits you and makes sense only. And if it doesn't, you won't. And you'll begin to untie those knots in your spirit, and you will feel much lighter, much lighter. You will feel the release in your chest. You will feel that expanding, the ability to breathe even deeper. Okay, when you begin to move those things in the spirit, move them in the natural, move them in your language, move them in your patterns. All right, these are all available to you. It just is the case, they're all available to you when you are, and I take it back to the beginning of the conversation, willing. Got to be willing to get into that for yourself. Really not an option unless you just want to enjoy that overwhelm. Some people do. Some people like the stress. Okay. And then listen, I told my clients, I'll share the same with you. I'm not fighting you for your stuff. If you would like to release it and let it go and grow, I got you. I will help you every step of the way. I will baby you, hold your hand, and we can skip together and sing about it. Sure will. But I'm not going to fight you for it. That's what I'm not going to do. And can I say that to you, tell you the truth, and still be loved? Can I do that? I hope so. So today we've had a conversation really about saying no to overwhelm. And I shared at least 5 things that you can do. 3 specific. That's like your lead in. If you feel stuck, you feel overwhelmed, you don't know what to do those first 3 things. Okay. Boom. And then I gave you perspective on the flip side of that coin. I even flipped the coin again and gave you a little bit more perspective on that. Please be mindful and aware. Things are really happening. People are choosing to unalive themselves in this climate. Folks are finding themselves in despair. There are many decisions being made that affect nations, and the citizens are not in position or haven't positioned themselves to affect those decisions yet. Okay. Okay. You can breathe. You're breathing. Please keep breathing. If you forget everything else and you're in the moment, breathe, breathe, and then go back and get 1, 2, and 3 and put them to work and strengthen yourself, because you being stronger is going to make the difference in your world and in the world of the people around you. Do it. I encourage you to do it. Okay. We are in the new format. For those who didn't get that memo, I'll be here for as long as the oil pours. When it is done and I have made my point, I am going to preserve my time and my energy and my mind. These are things I'm doing for me. Okay, let's see if it's something that I need to show you guys before we just get up out of here. Do 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 do. Oh yes. Let's talk, let's talk, let's talk. A panel discussion, May 7th at 8 p.m. Central. If you're in the Chicago area and you want to be a part of that, please let I know. You'd like to let I know by texting Let's Talk to 321-443-2495. Let's talk. Text that to 321-443-2495, and you'll get those details so that you may attend in person if you would like to attend virtually. Let's talk Let's Talk V. Okay, you can text that same number, 321-443-2495 for those details. It is a $50 attendance for virtual, a 45 attendance for in person. So we encourage those who are in the Chicagoland area to come be with us in person. I have a wonderful location. I've used that for some performances as well. It is cozy, it is neat, and we will enjoy light fare while we're there. Okay, what else do you need to know? I really think that's it. Oh, you should know that I am beginning my artist run. And if you would like to participate by donating to this particular artist, you may use my Cash App. The Cash App is $Melikia C. Simple. And you see how to spell my name right there. Melikia C. The artist run looks like I have an album in the water, and I did mention the novel already to you that is going to be stage play. So, in preparation for bringing it to the stage, I'm getting this fundraise on. I would love for you to participate with that. If you understand what I'm up to, when you think it's wonderful, like I know it is, please do donate. If you don't know what I'm up to, yeah, get to binging. Binge 106 episodes of SXP Metamorphosis 365 Growth Podcast. And then go ahead and tip on over to Clubhouse, where you will find that free mastermind that I mentioned to you before in the house called SXP. It's a sanctuary experience, master key mindset. Because I got jokes, I wrote it backwards. Go find it. Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a wonderful space that I've curated for several years, where I provide excellent services and these deep, mind rocking questions that folks message me. I don't like your questions, and then they answer it and grow. It's wonderful. I love it. Shout out to my Devlin. Okay, so beyond that, I do hold crown and title for Miss Emerald Midwest for 2023. I think about what year that was. Since that time, oh God, no, it's been longer than that. It wasn't no 2023 neither. It had to be 2021, because this coming February 6th of 2027 is the 5th annual Day of Healing. That is my social impact project, where we go for 24 hours, count them up, 24 hours, and we deal with a full day of healing, offering just a wonderful space for people to come and be honest and vulnerable and open up. get some great tooling, have some incredible conversation, and then we have the entertainment later on in the night with our poets and our singers. Yeah, this coming February, that's going to be the sit-in. You want to be a part of that, tap in with me for that. I also, Jesus, I have over 25 years with domestic violence solutions and awareness, more concentrated later. I've got homeless. We raise funds for the homeless during the winter months to keep them weathered, and then also Dunkin' Donuts for the homeless event. I do a lot of great things, and I'm looking to do more, do it on a higher scale. So help me be even greater. Okay, great. I think I've said everything I need to say, and I'm going to take my lovely leave. I bid you adieu, and I do encourage you, press play. Go to Melikia K. Courtney on YouTube. Find the podcast, SXP MetaMorphosis 365, that playlist, and baby binge. I have removed the financial burden for growth. Okay, for those who truly seek coaching and the pockets are saying, like, hey, listen, I can't do that right now, but I really need this. It is in there for you. I cover a wide range of topics, the majority centered on your mindset, which speaks to your behavior, which speaks to your income, which speaks to your heart set, which speaks to your relationship. Darling is in there. Go hunting. There's some mischief in there too, because I am a spoken word artist. I did make that clear. I'm an author as well. So it's in there. Go binge and grow. Excuses removed. If it is that you would like to write your first book, come on, let's talk about it. You may email me at lifeissanctuaryxp@gmail.com. Super simple. I would love to serve you that way as well. All right, y'all. I done told y'all all the business. Have a beautiful Tuesday evening. And I'm going to push the buttons because I love to push this button. Bye-bye. Let's see. There we go.